What have you been growing?
Things. I've been growing my olive tree, which is such a baby, as if it would ever be that size in any other country. But here, my lavender, my bamboo, everything. I love it. This exact lighting that if ever I made a film, I'd want it to be in this storm light, this low sun and storm light.
Hey.
What motivates me to keep painting? I find that hard. I don't know what doesn't motivate me. Like, everything about it just makes me want to carry on. Like, it feeds itself. Like, the more you do, the more you want to do. So, I don't know if it's like an addiction. Maybe it is. People, just the experience. But I love painting when I'm by myself as well, like smaller works. But, it gives you a real energy. It just feeds you somehow. You know, visiting the studios like nearly every weekend as a kid, and just hanging out in my dad's studios and watching all the artists doing all their work. I think it just became part of my nature without me realising it. Just saying that, I gave painting up for quite a while with the photography, but then there was something in me that just started to feel starved after a while. Felt like really out of balance without doing it. I think I'm lucky. I'm really lucky to have something that I'm drawn to, because a lot of people don't have that. I'm lucky that I'll never be lost as long as I keep doing what I love. So, I'm lucky.
Is that more art?
Yeah, but it's a jungle. Started it last week and he was like a giant. Can you see the upside down version of it?
Oh yeah. It's like a reflection.
It is right now, but I'm going to paint over it. I just didn't like the scale of it. And as with nearly all of my paintings, I start one way and then change my mind, turn it upside down and start all over again. This is Gonzalo from Colombia. And this was just 5 sessions. This was a really quick painting. This is my auntie, because he had to go back to Colombia. So this was painted by Gonzalo of me whilst he was modelling for me. So he used up my paint on the palette, and then you can see his painting in the background that I did. Oh, yeah. This is my new item. I think I'm going to do the couple on it. Brandon and Manuel are going to pose for me on this, I hope. Yeah. It'll be my first couple's portrait. It's hard enough to get one person coming back once a week, let alone 2 people coming back once a week at the same time. It's gonna be interesting. And I've got another model starting in a week or so, but it's a young man, Jason. I'm really looking forward to that one. I've got a vision for that.
So you really got quite a strict method.
Well, the problem is that every single painting I do is in a different position in the room, and one of them is painted in the kitchen. So I need everything really portable and movable. So like every day, all the pieces have to rotate around the room. It all has to look fresh. Whenever I paint a self-portrait, it always looks really moody, because that was my concentration face.
Let's see you beside me.
Is it that way? Yeah. Do I look close? So I have, and during the day, I'm trying to paint my self-portrait in all the days that no models turn up. This is an evening painting. I still have to complete the background for that one. Basically, this is my to-do list, this wall. So when you're doing a self-portrait, you look in the mirror and she's moved, or you go to paint this bit and you've moved the shoulder, and so it's taken ages just to try and get it close to what it looked like. For this one I need to convert the background from the greenish grey to a purpley grey. And all the tones have just gone wrong, and I have to deal with it because it just upsets me to stare at it. It just upsets me. You know, when you look at your work and all you can see are like what you have to do and all the mistakes. And, but
that one looks complete.
That one is complete. That was an amazing experience, that one. Just hours and hours and days of intense modelling sessions and incredible patience from her. She was amazing. Like, I painted my mum once, and I mean I've painted her more than once, but a close-up portrait, and that was, I think it's really like, it's a real privilege to have that time with one of your parents, and I hadn't had that with my dad yet. So when I drew him, it was just like, how often does anybody get to spend like quiet time with their parents, like hours and hours, days and days, you know, just in silence more or less, but studying each other. And yeah, it was a real privilege. Really real privilege. Yeah, usually I don't have an intention to paint in a certain way. I never have. I just paint to the best of my ability, and it kind of just comes out as it comes out. I'm not trying to emulate any old masters or anything. What just happens is that I see someone and I have a vision, and then that's it. And then I work with this inspirational vision that I originally had and try to keep that energy of them. Usually it comes out totally different to the initial vision, but there's always an echo of it, of that instinctive connection you have with someone in the beginning of the relationship. If I want an instant with someone, I'll do a photo shoot with them. So I've got like both sides of that covered, but if I want a relationship, then you have to paint someone in slow time, real time. Like with the photography, you can perform, like people are always performing, and because painting takes so long, it tires people out, so they can't perform anymore. So I think that's why you don't get paintings that are true paintings of people like, at their most joyous and happy, because you just can't maintain that performance for days and weeks and months and years long. No, it's just the whole painting portraits, being with someone for hours and however long in quiet time, it's just so sacred, because you never get to spend quiet time with people anymore. It's all so fast paced. So yeah, it's just a real privileged life to slow things down again and have real intimate moments with people in a very simple way. It's a real thoughtful time for both people, and yeah, because you just don't have that time where you stop doing what you're doing. You just have to sit there and not act. Just be who you are.